I'm here with my co-host Daniel.
You already
Welcome
know.
to the second episode of the Dos Amigos Hobby Hustle podcast.
Yeah.
Live from FanaticsFest. You see it? We're
right
in the thick of things. We're in the jungle. So last episode, we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Introduction, talked about the Olympics. Olympics are over now.
Saw the medal count. Ties gold, 126 in total for the U.S.
Yeah, USA.
I think
USA.
Talking about the women's and men's soccer team.
Women's
basketball.
Yeah, women's and men's basketball. Women and men went to the finals. Played against France.
We ended up taking all of those gold medals.
Smashed that. Yeah, we smashed that. Curry put people to sleep.
The night.
The women's had a little scare at the end with the. Looked like it could have been a three-pointer, but it wasn't. Her foot was on the line, so we won by one. Women's soccer played against Brazil, beat them too.
How many is that in a row for them now?
Oof, I think 8, bro.
Okay, bro.
Smash. Yeah, women's soccer hadn't won since 2012.
Wow.
They had a lot of dip off and a lot of turmoil, but women's basketball, I think that's 8 golds in a row. Which is insane, but I mean, we running the game. We're running the game right now.
Yeah, the Olympics was cool, man. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the Winter Games. I like the Winter
Kangaroos?
Games better.
You like the kangaroos? Kangaroo. Ooh. Ray gun. PhD in breaking and absolutely embarrassed the entire sport in one day.
That was probably, aside from my man from Turkey, the shooter.
Oh man, that man was epic.
The breakdancer was probably my favorite, man.
Yeah, no, that was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing.
Not for us.
As somebody that grew up loving breakdancing and graffiti and that whole culture, hip hop culture,
bro,
that was absolutely embarrassing.
There were some people that were really upset at
That
us.
was the best that Australia could throw out there. So that was
Did you read those? So supposedly she's like a hip hop and breakdancing.
She says she has a PhD.
Professor,
She says she has a PhD in breakdancing. If you have a PhD in breakdancing and that's what you come with,
I guess it's one thing
stay
to
home.
study breakdancing and another thing to perform breakdancing.
Stay home, please. Stay home.
Yeah. What you think about the show so far, man?
Show was epic. I went up on stage at the Hobby Hall. Did a presentation with Mojo and with Ryan from Rio Breaks. So that was sick. We were up there for about an hour talking about social media and how we connect with our audience. Mojo was talking about how he connects with his audience. Mojo has a massive audience. I think he has like 50, 60,000 followers on YouTube.
Yeah, shout out Mojo.
Ryan has a whole, which this is what we need to upgrade to. Ryan has a whole marketing team for his store. He has 2 stores, one in Wisconsin, one in Minneapolis. He has a whole marketing team that literally, like, they just film content constantly and they follow him and film content. That's pretty sick. That's probably not very cheap though.
Yeah,
but right now it's just it's just us. So, but that was sick. And then I was talking about how I connect with our community and in South Florida, and how like a lot of our customers that walk into the store are Spanish first speakers, so they don't necessarily connect with the content in English that we're doing even right now. They're very big on like trying to find content for them, so that's why like all the videos that I post, I try to throw in some Spanish in there or do all Spanish videos. So that way, they have some sort of connection and they know like, okay, I collect cards and he collects cards and he speaks the same language that I do and he looks like I do. And, that we're trying to get that other
it's a
crowd.
Sense of comfort almost.
Yeah, that other crowd that's not represented right now. Like I feel like there's no representation for Latinos at all. And we're trying to be that, we're trying to be that. That's why we have the Dos Amigos Hobby Hustle podcast. We could have called it anything, but we want to make sure that we get those roots in and people know, hey, these guys are Latino, obviously. That's why they called it the Dos Amigos. And it's just not, just, hey, sports cards podcast or Cognizant cards podcast. We wanted something that connect with our audience down in South Florida.
For sure.
So the workshop was sick. We brought in the Brady kid. So Card Vault had a video where they posted where a kid walked into the shop and the kid said he was trying to convince his mom to bring him to the show because they're from Mass. And he was like, well, who do you love? Who do you collect? He said Tom Brady. and Carvault called Tom Brady on the phone on FaceTime and said, yo, I got you with tickets. So that kid that was in that video came up on stage with us. We gave him a free pack to rip. Brought in a couple other local kids wearing Knicks jerseys and stuff, even though we're Heat fans. But we brought a couple Knicks fans up. We're in New York, so we got to bring the New York fans up. Yeah. They ripped some packs with us. We did a pack war on stage. I posted some of the content on there. I tagged some of the kids. Some of the kids added us on social media, so we followed them back. So real dope experience with that.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I missed all of it.
Yeah.
I missed the whole presentation. But I heard good things.
Somebody got to watch the table. Somebody got to watch the table. But yeah, no, that was sick. And then all the top guys at Tops and Fanatics were in the attendance. Yeah. So that was dope. And I saw them, loving it. They came up to me after. They said I killed it, and Ryan killed it, and Mojo killed it.
I'll take their word for it.
So that was sick. That was sick. So November 1st through the 3rd, they're doing the FanaticsFest in Orlando. So that's our home state. We're definitely going to have to go represent. And I'm hoping they invite me back to do another workshop. That would be sick.
Shout out Tops, man. Shout out Fanatics. The setup here at the show has been wild, man. They have an octagon in here.
Yeah,
they have a mini baseball park in here.
This is something you've never seen. Like the best comparison, which a lot of people have been saying, and I'll even throw in another one, is this is Comic-Con / Complex Con for sports cards and for cards in general, because look, our 99% of our table is Pokemon, and we were doing Pokemon sales like crazy yesterday.
I was going to say too, we were talking about last episode about Tops bringing new people into the hobby. You know how many people I had come up to the table yesterday that were like, hey, like, I really don't know anything about cards. I'm just here exploring for the first time. Like, they did that, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. This is 10 billion times better. I mean, I'm not sorry. This is 10 billion times better than the Nationals.
Yeah.
As a card collector myself, and obviously you're a card collector, listen, I love vintage baseball. My favorite baseball player is Roberto Clemente. Got him tatted on the arm. But I don't want to go to every single table, and every single table is vintage baseball. No, I don't. I'm sorry. And I know that, and that's me that loves vintage baseball and loves Roberto Clemente and stuff like that. I could imagine some 10-year-old, like that kid, the Brady kid. You think he wants to go up to a table and all he sees is vintage baseball? He doesn't. He wants to see players that he's actively watching right now.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And you go to the National, and a mass majority chunk of that is all vintage baseball. Yeah. There's barely any modern stuff. There's definitely practically no Pokemon. Yeah. So it's like, what are we doing here? Yeah, and here it's like all inclusive. I haven't walked by one table that had vintage baseball here. Not one.
I did a circle yesterday and I was surprised, man. Like, good mix of products.
Bro, you got TCG here. Yeah. You got definitely a mass amount of modern sports. I mean, it's so much better. Yeah, it's so much better. And then you throw in that you got so much extra stuff to bring people in here. Like you said, the octagon. That's sick, man. You got the 40-yard dash, which we're going to be recording later.
The little hockey setup.
You got the hockey. Brady was playing the hockey setup. We got Brady on footage Thursday walking through the WWE entrance with the Hulk Hogan theme music. So, like, man, it's so much better here than at the National.
Yeah.
There's extra stuff. You got Brady's rings. You got every single Super Bowl ring on display here.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, they got every single Super Bowl ring on display. You got the Sports Illustrated section with all the like iconic pieces of memorabilia, with like The Rock and Tom Brady's jersey. I mean, dude, it's insane. You got the FanaticsFest Superstore with the merch. You don't get stuff like that at the National. You just don't. Unfortunately,
the only thing that was a little bit disappointing to me, I told you I was doing the circle yesterday. No Dan Marino stuff. None of the greatest of all time.
Nah, he ain't the greatest of all time. Stop playing. Stop playing. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Tom Brady, you watching this? You're the GOAT, bro.
After Marino.
Nah. Marino's not even top 10 conversation.
Talking about football, man. Football season's coming up.
Yay.
Shout out to Cowboys.
Unfortunately, yes. So shout out to my Cowboys I'll probably never live to see another Super Bowl. I've seen 3 in my life, I'm glad for that. You've never seen one Super Bowl in your life.
Well, I've seen Super Bowls, just not a Dolphins
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
You've seen footage of 1970 of Dolphins going and winning the Super Bowl. You've never actually seen it.
Yeah, nah.
I've seen 3 in my life, and man, I guess I just got to cherish those for the rest of my life because I don't think I'm ever going to see another one.
I'll tell you what, hang on to them because yeah, it sucks not seeing them.
Yeah, I mean, I got unfortunately no hopes for my Cowboys. There's no expectations. I'm sure we'll go like 5-0, and all the Cowboys fans will say we're going to the Super Bowl. This is our year, and I'll be the only one that's going to be like,
It's not happening.
it's not happening. I've seen this story very, very often and very many times. It's just not going to happen.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins starting out in a real familiar manner. Lots of pressure, lots of hype.
Listen,
Feels like this is our year, but I feel like I say that every year.
Nah, yeah, you definitely do. But this year definitely should be your year. Dolphins are stacked.
We'll see, man.
You got you definitely have to have the 3 best receiver core in the NFL. I don't think there's any.
I would even argue that
debate.
our running back room is up there also.
The running back room's decent, but the wide receiver, I don't see how if you double team Cheetah, then who's
Waddle.
getting a Waddle, and then if
OBJ.
you double team Waddle and then you got Cheetah available, or if you try to stack double on both of them,
Don't forget OBJ,
then
man.
you got OBJ that's just gonna kill you on the inside. Like there's no way that you're stopping that offense. The only thing that could stop that offense is Tua getting hurt, but you've upgraded on the O-line, so I just don't see how the Dolphins don't win.
Yeah. I think my only questions are on the defensive side of the ball, man. New defensive coordinator, new scheme for everybody to learn. Lots of new players on the defensive side of the ball, but this dude, Anthony Weaver, comes from a great organization, the Ravens. They've done some amazing things over there. I like the guy. I hear the way he talks to the team, talks about the team. This is our year, man.
It better be, because I'm tired of you guys saying it's your year every year. I'm tired of my fans saying it's every year is our year. But the Dolphins actually have a legit shot of it being their year. You still got to get through Mahomes.
I think the AFC in general, man, the AFC is tough. I mean, even our division, the Jets, I hate the Jets. I think the Jets could be a major sleeper this year.
Well,
Talk
they're
about
one
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers injury away from not being a problem.
As
The
long
Bills
as-
the Bills lost a lot, and I didn't think they were that great. You know, I'm still not a believer in Josh Allen, even though
I think he's the truth.
you know he
I like
has
Josh.
good regular season stats, but you go to the playoffs and he just fades away.
Yeah.
I mean, his kryptonite so far has been Burrow and Mahomes.
Big time.
So Joey B is the truth. I love Joey B.
They
Just
got to protect
stay healthy,
that,
bro.
man.
Stay
They gotta
healthy.
Protect that man.
Yeah, man. I think AFC will go down to championship game.
You got to throw the Texans
Would
in
be-
the mix in the AFC.
They're good. They're really good. Their quarterback, obviously, I hate Ohio State, but their quarterback is legit. I didn't think he was going to be as good as fast.
Yeah,
I knew he was
facts.
going to be good.
Yeah.
I
But
knew he
not
was
to
going to be
have a
good.
rookie year like
I didn't
that.
know he was going to have that amazing of a season. I don't think
bro.
anybody did. He was
Nah.
going to have that amazing of a season for rookie season.
Yeah, but he did. He balled out last year, bro.
Yeah, he balled out. But I'm thinking championship game is going to be Kansas City Dolphins.
I like it. I mean, if we don't end up playing in an earlier round, but I could see that happening for sure. AFC sleeper, I'm throwing something crazy at you.
Oh, my God.
The Indianapolis Colts.
No. Just no, because AR sucks.
We'll see.
Listen,
We'll see.
I've told this before. This is non-biased opinion because I am a UM alum. This is non-biased opinion. I've spoken to Gator fans who have been Gator fans their entire life,
hate 'em.
and they're like, I don't see it either.
Yeah.
You know, like, bro, I followed this man in high school, followed this man in college. 55% completion. At UF, when you're playing duds of teams. Like with those teams that you're not playing that are good, because last year or not last year, but the year before last, when he was in his last year, his junior year, bro, they just had a shitty schedule, and he couldn't do anything about it. And then I showed you the video that he came out and he's like that he didn't even like playing at Florida.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
You know, he was like that when he played under Mullen, he was like, yo, I wasn't really feeling it. I gave Billy a shot. He was like, the new regime, yada, yada, yada. He's like, I gave Billy a shot. And he goes, at the end of my year, I knew that it was either going to be NFL or I was leaving UF. He was not feeling that school at all.
I don't blame him, man.
And again, it's a non-biased opinion, even though, like, I do personally hate the Gators. I'm going to look at the talent, and I'll tell you, that kid is going to be legit. That kid's not going to be legit. I hate Ohio State, too, because that 01, they stole our championship with that false flag. But, like, I could have told you, C.J. Stroud is legit. C.J. Stroud is legit. Again, I didn't know he was going to be as
I think what
legit.
I like about AR and Indy, I think he's got a good support. He's got a great run game. Their defense is solid.
But his problem is that his first option when he panics and he doesn't throw is to run the ball.
Yeah.
And when you run the ball, you get 2 concussions like he did last year, and then you're out for the season.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Lamar Jackson had a hard time making that transition too. You remember when he first came into the league, that was kind of his go-to too, but that comes with time, comes with experience. He didn't get a lot of play time last year. I'm excited to see what he could do with the whole year.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a believer. Lamar at least balled out in college. He actively made Louisiana or Louisville. He actively made Louisville legit.
Yeah,
like they were a problem when he was there, and he could throw the ball. And Robert Griffin, they built a stadium for him at Baylor. He was a runner, but he could throw the ball. And AR just never did that. He never did it in high school. He never did it in college. First year in the NFL, and just concussion after concussion. I don't see it. I don't see it. Again, a lot of the Gator fans that I've spoken to that are actual Gator fans that have season tickets or watch it religiously, they went to the school, they say the same thing. They're like, dude, I don't see it. Like, he's supposed to be great. I give you this, like the build and the way that he's athletic. Sure, on paper that looks amazing.
Bro, the arm strength.
He's godlike on paper, but that shit doesn't translate to the NFL. And if you're just running, because everybody's fast in the NFL. It's not college where you could just outrun people.
Well, there's a ramp up period for sure. I mean, C.J. Stroud, bro, the exception, but it's a lot to learn stepping into the NFL. The game's moving at a whole different speed.
You got to learn defenses,
way
man.
More complex, right?
A lot of people think, like, especially like if you're not an NFL fan, you just think, oh, it's just a bunch of guys and they call a play and you follow the play. These guys are the guys that make it and the guys that excel are so smart, bro, because they stay in the film room and they know, hey, when this guy's lined up like this, he has this tendency.
Facts.
And then when they call this play, they have the tendency to do this and then do that. And if they're trying to like disguise coverages, okay, I know that they'll eventually audible out and do this play. Like, you have to study so much to know that kind of stuff. Like, if you just think like, hey, I'm gonna go out there, I'm just way faster, I'm way stronger than everybody, I'm just gonna kill it.
Doesn't work.
They don't need to be as fast or strong as you. They're just better and smarter than you.
I think that's the biggest transition is in college. A lot of people can get away with being stronger and faster. You know what I mean? But in the NFL, that doesn't work.
Look at Tim Tebow. Okay, I want to talk another UF quarterback.
Gator.
Look at Tim Tebow. He was just bigger than everybody. So, I mean, he ran so much, and you would just toss the ball, halfback toss, and they run the triple option a lot.
I hated watching
and
Tebow,
then you had Percy Harvin on the other. So you were just so much better than everybody that you didn't need to be great.
Exactly.
At throwing the ball. And then you go to the NFL and you see that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then it's like, NFL career done.
The Johnny Manziel effect.
Johnny Manziel had other issues. Like Johnny Manziel was a legit quarterback. He was just really small for his position. And then he got really full of himself, and he'll tell you himself, he never studied film.
Never, bro. You remember how much hype that guy had around his name going into the draft?
But he was legit. He was legit. You don't get drafted that high if people don't believe in you. I mean, whether it works out or not, it doesn't always work out. Jamarcus Russell never worked out.
Jamarcus Russell.
AR so far hasn't worked out in 1 year, but like there's so many people that don't work out that high. But Johnny Manziel had legit hype for a reason though. Like he the axe murderer when Alabama game that he killed them, and he was his own downfall. I mean, the drugs, the not studying film, all that killed him.
Party boy.
Yeah, you can't do that in the NFL and expect to make it.
NFL Rookie of the Year. Who you feeling?
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the
Oh
year.
my God. It's probably going to be a quarterback.
Okay.
It's
I was
probably going to
thinking
be.
wide receiver,
Who you think?
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
Probably gonna
yeah.
ball out and shit.
I mean, it could be. I mean, he already has his issues with tops. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I mean, it could be him. He's definitely legit. He's definitely legit. Again, another Ohio State product. But listen, I call a spade a spade. He's amazing. There's no way around it. He's the truth.
He might be better than his dad, bro.
Oh no, I think he 1,000% will be better than his dad. I think when it's all said and done, as long as he's injury free, I think 1,000% he'll be better than his dad, and that's crazy because his dad was pretty legit. Considering he's in the Hall of Fame.
Him and Payne, that was a crazy.
Yeah, he was legit. I mean, it was him, Payton, and Reggie White. Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne, yeah.
UM alum. So Reggie Wayne, we need you in the Hall of Fame. They need to stop playing with you. Yeah, I mean, he might be better than his dad, like real fast.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
He might be better than his dad real fast.
I'm excited to watch him play. I obviously watch him play a lot in college, but excited to see what he can do against some of the top corners in the league, bro.
Yeah, he's going to be a problem. I mean, if we're going quarterback, I'm not a big fan of him, but he's going to start, so he has a shot of winning. Caleb. Again, I'm not a big fan of his game. Not a big fan of his attitude.
It's so funny. I felt the same. I remember watching all of his press conferences leading up to the draft and just thinking to myself, this is not a guy people want in the locker room. Super prima donna, very, very high maintenance type of personality. But I have seen the complete opposite from him since he's been with the Bears, man.
We hope.
We hope. Excited. We'll see what happens.
He didn't want to throw at the combine because he said, "Oh, you already seen me throw."
Yeah.
Which I get, but at the same time, you got people actively trying to give you money.
Thanks.
And you got to show them something. You don't have. I don't think you have to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
You got to show them something. Because it's not sure he had a decent career in Oklahoma. They just garbage at USC last year. Garbage.
Trash.
So
Yeah.
If you're coming off a USC season, it wasn't like you were coming off your Oklahoma season. You were coming off your USC season, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty at all.
Not at all.
So, but I guess it didn't matter because he got drafted first overall. Anyways,
yeah, he did.
So it is what it is.
And
Now the games play.
The Bears put a lot of support behind them too. They put a lot of pieces in there.
Now the games have to be played. Now we're gonna see.
Show me.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's up. See if you're legit. So we'll see. If I had to pick, it'd probably be him just because he has the most hype. He has the best shot at doing it because he's definitely going to be the starter.
Yeah, 100%.
He's definitely going to be the starter.
From day one,
So
that's his team.
we'll see. Sleeper, probably Jaden McDaniels or Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I think he would be my sleeper because
tough organization.
He has a shot at starting. Drake May was picked higher than him. He was a third pick, but he's been outshining him.
Yeah, he's been balling.
So I think he might be the sleeper to start and then sleeper to just kill it.
I can see it.
Yeah, I think he has that shot of killing it. So staying on football, college football. I'm a college guy.
Your specialty.
I'm a college guy. That's why I always reference people's colleges because I determines if I don't like you when you go to the league or not. So there's a good shot if you're from Ohio State, Notre Dame, UF, FSU. I probably don't like you.
If you came out of FSU, you're disqualified. You're not even worth the conversation.
I might not like you. But we talked about it before. We got Miami versus the Gators coming at the end of the month. Jeff Wilson's here. Jeff Wilson is a Gator alum. I'm a Miami alum. So I spoke to him yesterday about the game. He said he wasn't going to go. They're having a watch party. He lives in Atlanta, obviously. His shop's in Atlanta. So they're having a watch party in Atlanta with a bunch of Gator alums. And then he said he has one Miami alum. I was like, all right, that's a good guy right there. That's a good guy. So he's going to watch from home. I'll be at the game. So we're going to be shooting some content at the game. Somebody was supposed to go with me, but they're not going anymore. So now I'm going by myself. So
Thanks.
yeah, you know. So I'm going by myself, so I'm gonna have to be holding the selfie mode. So
Just make friends with whoever you're sitting next to, man.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to sell my ticket to that person. So we're gonna be real friendly. So my take again, my non-biased take, and this is just being hard on Miami. Miami has done everything this offseason that you would want them to do.
Yeah.
They stacked up. I mean, you got the number one quarterback out of the transfer portal. So Cam Ward, number one quarterback in the transfer portal. There's no argument about that statement.
Yeah. I don't think it's even close.
Number one running back out of the transfer portal, Damian Martinez. You got linebackers, you got DBs, you got probably the best defensive line haul from the portal. Like, we are so stacked that if we don't win this game, because the Gators are the complete opposite.
Not even just win, like make a statement.
Yeah, no. My thing is, if we don't win by at least 2 touchdowns, I'm saying 2 touchdowns. It should honestly be more. It should be more. But I'm going to be very modest. I'm going to say if we don't win by 2 touchdowns at least, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, I think that's fair, bro. I think that there's enough hype back. There's like you said, a lot of big moves that they made, a lot of pieces in place right now. You sound like me and being a Dolphins fan, man. Like, this is our year.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's I don't think we're going to win the whole thing. I don't think we're definitely winning the national championship this year.
That would be sick.
Unfortunately.
That would be sick.
But I think my goal, like, for the team, and if we don't do it, I'll be very disappointed, is they expanded the playoffs from 4 teams to 12 teams this year. So if we're not one of those 12, I would be disappointed.
Yeah, that's a fail for sure.
Like, I'm okay. I mean, I guess I'm not okay, but I'm okay if we make the 12, and even if we lose in the first round, I'm okay with that, because that's something that, I mean, we haven't done it forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, when's the last time they did something like that?
We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
so
bro.
If we're one of those 12 teams, even if we lose in the first round, the biggest problem for everybody else in college football is Miami being good.
Yeah.
Because if Miami's good, then you don't have Calvin Ridley, you don't have Patrick Peterson, you don't have, you name a player that went somewhere else to another school. Jeremiah Smith just went to Ohio State. So, like, you don't have all these kids leaving if Miami is good. Yeah. Because they've said it. We just want to see Miami be good, and then we'll hop on the train. Yeah. We don't want to have to make Miami good. We want to see what you do with what you have. And if you're decent enough, we'll jump on the train, and we'll, then we could get there. We could see if we could get there. But the problem is that we haven't shown them anything in forever, so, to make them believe that. Yeah. So this is a year that if we do what we're supposed to do and we go to that 12, we're going to be able to get any kid we want in South Florida. It's honestly even the state of Florida, because I think FSU is very highly overrated this year. I think a lot of people are ranking them this year of what they did last year. And I'm sorry, but DJU is not a good quarterback. He's just not. He never did anything super crazy at Clemson. He didn't do anything at Oklahoma State last year. Gators have lost so many players that I'm not a believer in the Gators at all.
I don't see them.
And they have, I think it's it's a top 5 for sure. Top 5 hardest schedule in the country. Bro, their schedule is brutal this year. If they win, they're projected to win 4 games in Vegas.
Well, they play
4.5.
Conference, period.
So they're projected to win 4. They're at 4.5 over under in Vegas. Wow. So honestly, if they win 4 games, I think that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Because they only really have maybe 2, like 1 for sure. They have 1 pretty much automatic win, but maybe a second automatic win, and then, bro, everything else is just brutal on that schedule. It is just, it's a slaughterhouse. That schedule is no joke. Miami has the 36th hardest schedule in the country. So for anybody talking, oh, you don't play a hard schedule, 36, ranked 36. So it's not, top 10, but it's still 36.
That's high.
Yeah.
Think about how many teams are.
Yeah, you got 120 whatever odd Division I schools. You're 36. That's pretty damn good. So I'm expecting Miami. Like the very brutal part of the schedule for us is, like, you got Louisville and you got FSU back to back. So that could be a problem. You know, Louisville has stacked up in NIL, in the NIL era. They're paying, you know, everybody's paying players, but they're paying a good premium to get a lot of good kids over there. So that's brutal. And then again, I don't necessarily believe in FSU, but it's still FSU. It's a rivalry game. And they're not horrible, even though they lost a crap ton. They lost Johnny Wilson, Keon Coleman. They lost Travis Jordan. They lost Trey Benson. They literally lost like almost all their starters. So they're very depleted. But again, it's still FSU. They still have a lot of good players. They still have a lot of Florida players. It's still a rivalry. A lot of these people have been playing since they were, you know, in Pop Warner.
I was gonna say a lot of them know each other for a long time. Bro.
Yeah, they know each other for a long time. Yeah. There's a lot of bad blood there because they feel
1000%.
it. You know, they definitely feel it from the fans and from the alum. Yeah. Like, yo, you're supposed to hate them. Yeah. So like that's why every time like you go to a game and before the game they're just talking trash in the middle,
bro.
And it gets real heated. I mean, especially with the fans, man. I can't tell you how many times I've seen fights in the parking lot or in the stadium while it's like the game is going down where people are fighting each other, and it's a real bad blood. Yeah. It's a real you know, rivalry.
It's fun,
we don't like each other.
It's fun though.
Yeah, nah, you can't. That man. There's nothing like that.
Nah.
There's nothing like that. It's so intense. I mean, I stay in my suite, so I stay away from a lot of the fighting. Typically, it's like only UM fans in the suite, and if there is another fan from another team, they're pretty chill because they're like, yo, I paid too much to sit in here. I'm not fighting.
I'd be the one sitting in the student section on the other side. But of the cage.
I mean, when I went to school there, I sat in the student section, and it's insane. It's insane, bro. It is. No joke. And even when I wasn't a student, I've had season tickets for maybe, I want to say like 15 plus.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I'd rather sit in the student section.
Nah, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. No, I promise you, you don't. You don't. I promise you, you don't.
I'm speaking from experience, bro. I'm telling you, I do.
Nah, no.
1000%.
You can keep that.
That's the experience.
I'll be right up there.
Nah.
I'll be in my suite.
Nah, I'm there for the energy, bro.
Nah, I'm too old for that, bro. I'm old, man. I got one gray hair. I'm old. I got one gray hair right here. I'm too old for that, bro. I got my first gray hair. I'm too old for that. I used to love it, but nah, I need to make it home. And some of these people are crazy, bro.
Nah, I'm not messing with nobody. I'm there minding my
business.
business.
That's the problem, though. It's like, I'll give you a perfect example. I think it was 2016 year or 2017 year when Miami broke the 7-year. So we had a 7-game losing streak against FSU, and it was either 16 or 17. I can't remember, but Malik Rozier was a quarterback. We were at FSU. So we were at FSU in the stadium, and we score. There's like 2 minutes left. We score. They got quiet. There's like 2 minutes left or something. They ran up the field and they scored. The problem is they scored too quick. Obviously, we didn't know that at the time, but they scored, and bro, I mean, well, first of all, even getting to the stadium, I was called every name in the book. Like, listen, I'm sorry, FSU fans, but I know it's not every single FSU fan.
But it's a lot of
y'all. Bro, so where Miami parks, like where we tailgate, it's next to the basketball arena. So you have to walk in between. They call it sorority row. So it's literally sororities and fraternities, like across the street from each other. So you have to walk that street to get to the football stadium. And bro, I've never been called so many derogatory terms in my life.
I was gonna say, look at what part of Florida you're in.
And not saying a word. We're literally just walking, and I got called every derogatory term in the world. Go back to your country, the whole 9 yards.
This would be me.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna say anything again. I'm too old to fight.
Yeah, no, 1000%, bro.
And it's not worth it. You got a bunch of drunk fraternity kids and sorority girls. And literally, I'm just walking, and they were just talking.
I feel like, though, for the most part, if you ignore that, you don't respond to it, you don't engage with it, you're going to be all right. You're going to be okay.
Not necessarily.
They get 100%.
Yeah, no, they get
not 100%.
They get pretty, and it happens on both sides, for sure. I'm not going to only say it's FSU fans. It's definitely, I've seen Miami fans do it too. But there has to be some point where, like, yo, you maybe should stop drinking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not
and just, it's a football game, bro. You're not playing in the game.
Yeah.
You know, I love my school to death. I think everybody knows that. I love my school to death. I love my team to death. But I'm not about to fight somebody.
No.
It's just, It's insane. But yeah, no, we were called every name in the book, walking to the stadium. So we score, they score, and when they score, dude behind us, because it's supposed to be all section, but there was some FSU fans scattered around. Dude behind us, I'm not gonna curse, but dude was like, "You don't gotta leave, but you gotta get the F out of here, get the F home, blah 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 blah," talking all this trash.
I love it.
And then I think it was like a minute and 20 seconds left. Malik Rozier, of all quarterbacks in history, he'll forever be godlike for this season.
This one drive.
Bro, he throws it to Braxton. Braxton cuts up the middle. It was like 3rd and long. Braxton cuts up the middle, gets the first down. He gets out the game. We throw it in again to Braxton, gets another first down. We got like 20 yards left. I think there was like 13 seconds. And we call the timeout. He's coming back on the field. Talk about somebody that has balls. He was hyping the crowd up. We're at FSU. And obviously, they're trying to make it loud so he can't call his play. Yeah. He said, "Let's go. Make it louder." And you could see from the sideline, Mark Rick was like, "Use your head. Don't do anything stupid." And, bro, I'll never forget that play for as long as I live. Hike the ball.
That was your state championship.
Daryl Langham down the sideline, throws it up. Daryl Langham, bro, for anybody that doesn't know, Daryl Langham obviously never made it to the NFL. This man was like 6-something, though. He catches the ball, gets into the end zone, scores a touchdown. Bro, I've never been that happy in my life. That stadium.
What was it, silent?
Oh, my. No, it wasn't silent.
No?
It was the most craziest. If you could watch that footage on YouTube, just type in Miami, FSU. I think it was either 17 the year that we went 10-0, and we were ranked number 2, or it was a year before when we finally broke it. I can't remember, but it was at FSU. Just Malik Rozier, Daryl Langham, that last drive. Bro, I've never seen a stadium like just erupt like that.
So I would have thought it would have been the opposite. I guess there were a lot of Canes fans.
It was, bro, but then you see the camera footage of all the FSU fans and them crying and the whole, and that guy that told us you ain't got to leave, you got to get the, good game, man, good game. I was like, nah, you were just talking that trash like 2 seconds ago. And, that was insane. It was epic. It was amazing. Man, I'll never forget that game for as long as I live. That game and then the 2017 game. We played Notre Dame at home. Yeah. That was, again, I know that was for sure 2017 because that was the year we were ranked number 2 in the nation. Yeah. Bro, I've never seen Hard Rock that loud. And everybody, like, what's funny is that Notre Dame, when they were driving up to the stadium, one of the Miami fans grabbed the guardrail and threw it at the bus and cracked the windshield. And the kid, I think he was an offensive lineman, starting offensive lineman. Mind you, they run the award for the number 1 offensive line for that year. That kid said that when that happened, he was like, every player in the bus was shook. Like, he was like, we went into that game shook because we were scared of, like, just the ambiance. He's like, I've never been in a game that loud in my life. Bro, we absolutely obliterated them. We won, like, 50 to, I think they scored a touchdown? I think it was like 50 to 7 or something. That game I will always remember. Trey John Bandy right before halftime with the pick 6 off of, what's this kid's name? He plays in the NFL now. He's a backup. I don't know. Man, I can't remember his name, but they're just defeated. They were defeated. We shook their starting quarterback. They swapped them out with the backup.
That's what the U used to do to people, bro. It used to be intimidating.
Yeah, no, 2017. That 2017
people were scared of the Canes, bro.
Yeah, that 2017 year reminded me of the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
And that's how we. That's honestly how Miami should be every year.
1000%.
You know, that's how Miami should be every year. I think. I know Mario, with his mishap, stupidity with the not kneeling down last year against Georgia Tech, and then TVD.
Bro.
I don't know what happened to TVD. TVD's freshman year was elite, where everybody thought this kid was going to be the number 1 pick in the draft one year when he came out, to just seeing ghosts. This kid threw like 11 interceptions in a 4-game span, and we lost all the games. You don't throw those interceptions. Mind you, we lost those games by like one possession. Yeah. We lost against FSU, who went undefeated, 1 possession game, and we got robbed because we got a safety, and they said there wasn't a safety. You get the kneel down that didn't happen. Like we won.
Yo, stop
what,
telling people you got robbed. Though.
Seven, 8 games.
You lost. You lost, bro.
7, 8 games last year we won. We should have honestly won 10, 11 games, and it was stupid shit that you could fix.
I mean, the stupidest shit was not clocking the ball right there. Like, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, no, I know what he was thinking, but
even in
you don't do
retrospect,
that.
he tried to defend his decision afterwards, bro. And it's like, bro, stop it.
Yeah, and I get what he was imposing his will. The game's over, bro.
Shut up. Yeah,
the game's over, bro. Just kneel the ball, shut up. I'm hoping, because that's the second time he's done it. He did it at Oregon, and they ended up winning, thankfully. Oh, forget that, but thankfully for him.
Yeah.
But they did it again in Miami, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
That's not something you do, bro. The game's over. The game's over. Just
it's over, bro.
Kneel the ball.
Take the win, especially in college football. Every win is so valuable.
Yeah,
bro.
man. It is. So I'm hoping with a way better quarterback. I mean, night and day better quarterback. A healthy running back room, because our running backs, most of them were injured last year, and then we had to go to our third, fourth string.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this year is going to be the complete opposite. We got our offensive line back. Our offensive line was top 5 in the nation last year. So we get every single player back. We had a true freshman on the line last year, and now he's a sophomore. So you get a 1 whole year of experience. Now you're a sophomore, and we still have him for next year. So that's always good. We got our number 1. He was a number 1 defensive tackle coming out of high school last year. He was out for the whole year, had knee surgery. So now he's going to probably be starting on the line this year. So you have zero excuses as Miami, zero excuses to not just kill it. I'm giving them max. You better only have 2 losses.
I'm
max.
gonna have to buy you a Dolphin jersey, bro. You sound like a big time. You sound like a Dolphin fan right now.
Nah. I'm giving them max 2 losses. You better not have more than 2 losses.
Nah, but the Canes are back, man. Even talking about recruiting, right, bro? How long were the Canes unable to recruit in-state talent? And you're talking about probably one of the hottest spots in football for talent.
I mean, over the years, we lost so many players to other
bro,
teams.
Just had no interest in playing for us.
Yeah. Again, Patrick Peterson hurts a lot, because I love Patrick Peterson. He's a god down here.
Yeah.
And then he went to LSU and balled out in the league.
I think about people like Teddy B, bro. You know, skipping the chance to play for his hometown and going somewhere else. And like,
I get him though, because we had what's his Shannon? I can't remember his name. No. He played for UM. He was a coach for UM. Shannon. He basically showed Teddy no love during the recruiting process, and then by the time we wanted him, he was already like, "Y'all, you didn't want me before. I'm going to Louisville." So he went to Louisville. Lamar, I don't blame Miami, because no one was recruiting Lamar.
Facts.
No one knew Lamar was going to be as good as Lamar was. And then again, by the time we already were trying to recruit him, he was loyal. I gave it to him. He was loyal. He was like, Louisville's always wanted me. I'm going to Louisville. So I don't blame people like that, because Lamar wasn't recruited really by anybody, and Teddy wasn't recruited by Miami, and he wanted to go to Miami, he wasn't recruited by us. So that's our fault. But then like Calvin Ridley was recruited by us. He didn't want anything to do with us. He went to Alabama. Patrick Peterson was very close to coming here, but he got a bag from LSU, and he took the bag. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got a lot. You got Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith last year, number 1 receiver in the nation, was down to Miami and Ohio State, and he went to Ohio State because Ohio State has been good recently, you know. Even though they haven't, won in a couple years, but they've been good, at least 10 wins, 11 wins consistently, and Miami hasn't.
I would say it's probably what kids are looking for when they're making these decisions.
1,000%.
Right? Because you want that exposure, bro. That gives you the
1,000%.
best shot at getting into the league.
1,000%. You could really get into the league any school you go to, but they want to win while they're in college. And Miami hasn't shown them that they could win while they're at Miami. So he's like, well, why am I going to go there when I know at least I'm going to win some games when I'm in Ohio State? And I don't blame him, Yeah. But now going forward, if we do what we're supposed to do this year, we're going to get a lot of Miami kids to stay. We're going to get a lot of South Florida kids to stay. We're going to get a lot of kids from Florida, period.
Should be,
like I said, FSU is not going to be great this year. UF definitely is gonna not be good at all this year.
Yeah.
So you need the way FSU took advantage a couple years ago of Miami and UF being down. The way UF took advantage when Miami and FSU were down. It needs to be our turn now to take advantage of FSU and UF being down, so we could recruit all the top kids.
Yeah, 1000%.
Because next year UF gets DJ Lagway, and that kid is a baller as long as he stays there. Because they win 4 games, their coach is getting fired.
Yeah.
Billy Napier is going goodbye.
And nobody wants to walk into that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good or a bad thing because they fire him. All right, he sucks. Goodbye. But then they could go and get a legit coach. And that could be a problem for us and for FSU.
Not so much for us, though. They're in a different conference. The last time we played the Gators, like 4 years ago?
Recruiting-wise,
Yeah,
I mean.
recruiting-wise,
We're
yeah.
recruiting the same kids.
Yeah.
We're all in the same state. We're all going to recruit the same kids. They're going to come down here and try to get our kids.
Miami, Gainesville. Miami, Gainesville.
Listen, that only matters when you're living there, but when you're playing football there and you're only going to be there for 3 years, they don't care. If UF is winning games and Miami's not, they're going to UF, bro.
Sure.
Why do people go to FSU and Tallahassee? Yeah. They don't care that they're in Tallahassee. They care that if they're winning games, they're going to go to Tallahassee. As nice as Miami is, especially when you have the money and you're living that lifestyle, this man's dying over here. It's Tallahassee. What do you want me to say? You go to Tallahassee, it's all the trailers. When you go to Miami, as nice as it is, if you're not winning football games, they're not coming to Miami. They don't care.
Yeah, it's true. I would even say probably maybe some of these kids grew up in Miami. Their first chance to get out of Miami a lot of times.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these parents just think it's going to be better for them, but then out of sight, out of mind is always isn't the best way. There's a lot of kids that went to UF and went to FSU and they got in trouble because, if you're bad here, you're going to be bad anywhere else. It don't matter where you play. You're going to just be bad if that's your mentality,
So, day 2, Fanatics Fest.
Yeah, day 2.
It's looking like it's underway.
I hear the WWE music. I hear Cody Rhodes' entrance music coming up.
I hear some stuff going on the stage back there. What are you looking forward to today, man?
Trying to run into some celebs, hopefully end up on our table. Trying to look for some WWE people. Cody Rhodes coming here.
Wayne.
Lil Wayne was here yesterday. I don't know if he'll be here today.
Trying to see the GOAT, man.
Nah, he ain't no
see
GOAT.
Jay-Z was here?
Yeah, he was at the 40-40.
I didn't see him, bro.
Yeah, at the 40-40.
Yo, Fanatics Fest. You hear the names.
Speed was here. Lil Wayne was here. Brady was here yesterday.
Dana
Dana White was right in front of us.
Dana White was right here.
Dana White right here.
They had a panel with Jeter and who I saw yesterday?
Jeter and David Ortiz.
That's fire.
Jeter and David. So you got Red Sox legend, Yankees legend.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
In New York, they did that too. On top of that, that's pretty fire.
You had the panel with so I don't know if you saw the video, but Gronk dressed up as Brady and Brady dressed up as Gronk, and they were like full helmet, the whole 9 yards, and they were walking around. And a lot of the kids thought that Brady was actually Brady, but it was Gronk. That was hilarious.
He took his helmet off and scared the shit out of him.
And Michael Rubin was like, nah, they're just super fans. They're just super fans. And they're just walking around in full gear, the whole 9 yards. But they were playing slap shot hockey at the NHL booth. So, man, this experience is so crazy.
Yeah, it's been cool. It's cool to see it kind of come to life. We've been talking about it so long.
Yeah,
hearing about ideas and.
Yeah, because we found out, so we're obviously direct with Tops. We found out last year.
Yeah.
We found out last year, like, I want to say like September, October, they told us. And they were like, we're planning on doing this event, yada, yada. It's going to be big. And, okay, a lot of people say they're going to do something, and a lot of people, granted, they have the money, but a lot of people say they're going to do it, and it's going to be this big thing. And then, like, the more they started telling us, because they told us more info in May at the Tops conference for dealers, they just they gave us, like, pretty much all the details, and we're like, yo, that's going to be big. And then you don't, but, like, you still don't even picture it.
You still can't visualize it.
Bro, once they started dropping every single name here, and all the activations, and you're like, wow. This is like going, like, I don't know if you ever went to, like, when the Super Bowl's in Miami, and they have FanFest.
Yeah.
That they have the whole activation and the 40-yard and all that. And then they bring, like, they literally bring every single activation from every event and they bring it here. Like the All-Star game, the same thing that they're doing here, they do that the MLB All-Star game. And you're like, man, they got that here. They got the whole NHL experience here. They got the whole NFL experience here. You got the MLS. I Show Speed was at the MLS playing soccer with the kids.
I saw him one-on-one.
It's just
I saw that girl break his ankles.
Yeah. With his Ronaldo jersey.
Yeah,
he came out to the WWE theme thing.
When I walked in here yesterday, when y'all were setting up, I remember just walking in, and I was like, wow. Bro.
Yeah, no, this
like,
is...
taken back, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, as soon as I walked in, I was like, all right, this is going to be legit.
This is everything they said it was going to be.
Yeah, this is legit. This is no joke. I mean, there is no expenses being, held back. Michael Rubin, shout out to Michael Rubin, my number one follower. Shout out to Michael Rubin. Man, it's such an amazing show. Yeah. Such an amazing show. Definitely coming back. I don't think we'll do the September show. The September show is going to be at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, inside the baseball stadium.
Be pretty cool.
So it's going to be strictly like card show. There's going to be some old school like Pittsburgh legends that are there signing and stuff, but it ain't going to be anything crazy. It's going to be their smallest show. I don't know if I'll be at that, but obviously 1,000% we will be at Orlando. The Orlando is going to be what they like their regional show. So they do a national show. This is a national show. They do a regional show, which is really for the Southeast. They're thinking is going to be big for. But honestly, it's Fanatics. There's going to be people from California flying out.
It's
no
Orlando
doubt.
too, bro. Everybody's coming to Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, you go to Orlando, you go to Disney one day or whatever. You come a day early. You go to Disney. You go to Universal.
Great golf courses in Orlando.
Yeah, golf courses. This guy. But
no, I'm excited for that show, bro.
Yeah, no, that show right there, I'm very excited for. Yeah. We're definitely going all out again. We'll definitely be there. Again, I'm hoping I get on a panel there too. Let me talk my stuff. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for today. I'm excited for tomorrow. It's going to be legit. It's going to be legit.
I think today is probably going to be busier than it was yesterday.
Oh, 1,000%. Yesterday was
Saturday,
fire.
Today's going to be wild.
Yeah, yesterday was insanely packed, and it was a Friday.
Bro.
Tomorrow's going to be, or today is going to be insane, dude.
Did you see the videos of the lines?
Yeah, 6 a.m. yesterday, people were still waiting in line.
Lined up, ready to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be no joke. Yeah. So, this is our sign off.
Episode 2.
We're getting ready for day 2. You hear the music in the background. They're starting. So we need to set up.
We're gonna go trap some more Pokemon cards.
Yeah, man. we got hundreds of Pokemon cards here. The best slabs in the show for Pokemon. There is no question about it. So make sure if you're here, check us out.
Yeah, stop by.
If you're gonna go to the Fanatics show in November 1st through the 3rd in Orlando, make sure you check us out there for sure. Yeah. We will definitely be there. It's our home state. So
that's it. Episode 2 is a wrap. See y'all next time, man. Like, follow, subscribe, share, all of that multiple times, and then do it again.
New show every week, guys. We are nonstop hustling. New show every week. Dos Amigos, Hobby Hustle Podcast. Shout out to all the Latinos out there. Shout out to all the people that follow us. You're watching. You know, we worldwide. We bring it from Cuba to Argentina to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Bolivia, Uruguay. Shout out to everybody. Mexico, todo. Viva Mexico.
Absolutely. Bro.
Everybody,
shout out
man.
my brothers.
Until next time, let's get it.
Later.